Some players are great, some are legends. And then there's Eden Hazard, a player so gifted, so unbelievably talented, that on his day, he could destroy an entire defense all by himself. When he arrived at Chelsea in 2012, he was a promising young talent. When he left in 2019, he was one of the most feared attackers in football. But just how good was Hazard at Chelsea? Was he overrated? Was he underrated? Or was he simply one of the best the Premier League has ever seen? Let's break it all down. In 2012, Chelsea had just won their first ever Champions League. They had Drogba, Lampard, and Terry, but they needed someone to take them into a new era. That's when they signed Eden Hazard from Lille for €35 million. At just 21 years old, Hazard was already one of the most exciting young players in Europe. He had just finished a 20-goal, 15-assist season in Ligue 1, leading Lille to a historic league title. And when he arrived at Chelsea, he made an instant impact. In his very first Premier League game, he got an assist after 2 minutes and won a penalty after 6 minutes. He wasn't just good, he was box office. That first season, Hazard showed flashes of magic, but he was still developing. He finished with 13 goals and 24 assists in all competitions, won the UEFA Europa League, won Chelsea's Young Player of the Year. But this was just the beginning. By his second season, Hazard wasn't just a young star anymore, he was Chelsea's best player. He scored 17 goals and provided 10 assists in all competitions. He won the PFA Young Player of the Year award. He was Chelsea's top scorer as they finished third in the league. Then came Jose Mourinho. In 2014-15, Mourinho built the perfect Chelsea team, and Hazard was the superstar. That season, he was unstoppable. 14 goals, 10 assists in the Premier League, led Chelsea to the Premier League title, won the PFA Player of the Year, became Chelsea's Player of the Season. At just 24 years old, Hazard had already conquered English football. Mourinho even called him the best player in the world after Messi and Ronaldo. But then, disaster struck. After dominating the league, everything fell apart in the next season. Chelsea had a terrible start, Mourinho got sacked, and Hazard completely lost form. Between August and April, he scored 0 goals in the Premier League. This was Hazard's worst season ever. Chelsea finished 10th, and many thought Hazard was finished. But then, he made a promise: I will be back. I will show everyone my true level. And in 2016-17, he did exactly that. Under Antonio Conte, Chelsea switched to a 3-4-3 formation, and Hazard was reborn. 16 Premier League goals, 5 assists. Chelsea won the Premier League title again, won Chelsea's Player of the Season. But what made Hazard so special wasn't just his goals, it was how he played. The dribbles, the acceleration, the way he could glide past defenders like they weren't even there. He wasn't just effective, he was beautiful to watch. That season, he scored one of the greatest goals in Premier League history against Arsenal. He picked up the ball in his own half, ran past 4 defenders, and scored. This was prime Eden Hazard, and he was about to get even better. Even though Chelsea struggled in the league, Hazard kept delivering. In 2017-18, he led Chelsea to the FA Cup, scoring the winning penalty in the final. But in 2018-19, he had his best ever season. 16 goals, 15 assists in the Premier League, won the Premier League Playmaker award. Most assists in the league, led Chelsea to the Europa League title. Scored twice in the final against Arsenal. Won Chelsea's Player of the Season for the 4th time. This was peak Hazard. He carried Chelsea on his back, and when he left in 2019, he was a club legend. But how good was he compared to other Premier League greats? Let's look at the numbers. Premier League stats for Chelsea, 2012 to 2019, 245 games, 85 goals, 54 assists. 2 times Premier League champion, 1 times PFA Player of the Year, 4 times Chelsea Player of the Year. Only a few players in Premier League history had more goal contributions, and almost none did it with Hazard's style and elegance. Even great defenders like Vincent Kompany and Gary Neville admitted Hazard was the most dangerous player they ever faced. So, where does he rank among Premier League greats? Was he better than Cristiano Ronaldo at Man United? No. Was he better than Thierry Henry? Probably not. But was he one of the most talented and entertaining players in Premier League history? Absolutely. His only weakness, inconsistency. There were times when he disappeared in games, but when he turned it on, nobody could stop him. And that's why Eden Hazard will always be remembered as one of the best to ever play in the Premier League. So, just how good was Eden Hazard at Chelsea? Not just because of his goals or trophies, but because of how he made football feel. Chelsea fans will always ask, what if he stayed longer? But even in 7 years, he did more than enough to be remembered as an icon. Where do you rank Hazard among the greatest Premier League players? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, check out this next one on screen now. You won't want to miss it.